by. And we are feeling so fine. Just to have you so near. In the hold of your arms. Life could do us no harm. And we are feeling so warm. Oh, we love you right here. We found our lost love tonight, and it sure feels so right. And in the morning's new light, oh, we love you, my dear. Oh, we love you, my dear. Thank you. I'm Dove, D-O-V-E. Thank you very much. Got the QR code here if you wish, or it's Evan, at Evan Dove and the numeral 3 on Venmo. Now, please welcome to the stage. I mean, it's his stage, right? Yeah. Here he comes. Chino Forge. Woohoo!
Keep it open job, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it going for your opening act tonight.
Thank you.
Here, let me get this mic check going. Check, check, check. All right, that sounds respectable. Welcome to Playa Bay Coffee and Bar, ladies and gentlemen. You guys ready to get some started with some comedy? How are we feeling? Feeling good? Do some of you not know that comedy is about to happen? Where are we? Let's check in real quick. You guys are aware that this is the comedy simulator, right? Who came here for the comedy simulator? Who showed up and comedy is happening at them? Okay, wonderful. That's a good ratio. We like to hear that. Fantastic. Well, any first-timers here? First-timers to the Comedy Simulator. Welcome. Thank you for joining us, a couple of us. Welcome. I'll tell you how it goes. This is not a real stand-up comedy show. It's not a traditional, it's a simulated comedy experience. What does that mean? I already got something to say. Don't worry about that. What does that mean? A simulated comedy experience. We are not real comedians. You are not a real audience. What does that mean? Nobody's charging you money, so lower your expectations. That is the rule. This is a churched up open mic. You're gonna see some great comedy tonight. You're gonna see some bad comedy tonight. It's all a part of the experience. We're gonna pretend like we're the best comedians you've ever heard. You're gonna pretend like you're the best audience we've ever had. We're gonna fake it till we make it. Sound good? I love it. I love it. That's the attitude we want, guys. Audience member of the night gets a free bottle of High Spice hot sauce. Let's go, right here. The Sassy Q barbecue sauce of medium habanero heat, sweet and delicious, as well as painful. It's handcrafted here on the island of Maui. I can tell you that because it's crafted by these hands. That's right, I make hot sauce too. And if you want my hands in your mouth, that's the only way to get it. All right, we're moving forward. Comedian of the Night will be awarded. As you see, we are Sans Skyler. We normally have a big production booth that's conducting a live stream. Sorry, live stream, you're getting a minimal show tonight, but hey, there's a hurricane coming, so this is what you get. We all know the truth. This is another one of those hurricanes, right? All right, another one of those ones you got all ready. You got your cat in the basket, and you got everything packed up, and then you came here and forgot you left your cat in the box. Better check on it. So we're gonna be safe. Everything looks like it's gonna be fine. But just in case it's not, the mountain is that away. All right. Tonight's theme is old school, partially because we're doing the stream old school style, and I just want to take it back to back in the day, tell jokes about what things were like when you were younger and how it's different than now. You know, it doesn't have to be a whole set, it doesn't have to be a whole joke. Just bring it up or don't. Who gives a shit? A theme is a suggestion. That's how we like to run things. All right. Now that we've explained the rules, I feel like it's time to start the comedy night. How do we feel? We're ready to start? All right. It's time to do one thing. Begin simulation. I think one thing that's changed greatly in this country is how we smoke weed. It used to be a much different experience, right? You used to have to be cool to get weed. You remember that? No uncool people ever got weed. We made sure of that. You had to be cool, or have like a cool step brother or something that could get you in. It's not like that anymore. Now, especially on the mainland where there's dispensaries, buying cannabis is like an errand. Like you used to buy it in a basement with like a single light bulb. That's cool lighting, right? Now you buy it in fluorescent lighting, the least cool of the lightings. I think you can all agree. It feels so clinical. People have name tags when they're selling you weed. What the fuck is that? And they have weird names like baristas. Like, what's up, my name's Bert. I'm gonna show you, do you like indica or sativa? I like it in my bag and I wanna go home, right? Could you imagine asking for indica or sativa in the late 90s, early 2000s? They'd be like, what? I barely know how to read. What are we talking about here? I was about to offer you like Oxycontins with your weed. I mean, that was different, right? And the sales pitch, your weed, hey man, hey, you always enjoy this. You want some values? No? Okay. Just want to see if you want a real drug problem, right? They're just testing the waters. They're just seeing if you're susceptible. And now, even smoking weed has become uncool. It used to be like you get in a circle and you share with people. You pass the joint. Ever since COVID, it's been different. I used to share a joint with anybody, and now that's changed. It's 2020, right? I remember I'd be like in a circle and be like, somebody was like, unhoused personally, you want him? Like, yeah, I definitely want him to, right? Oh, you got missing a tooth, that's pretty cool. You know, like, it wasn't a big deal then. Now it's like I've been to smoke circles in the mainland where people pull up and everybody busts out their own bowl. What the hell is going on? It's so lame. I've actually graduated from just classic THC smoking. I'm now a dabber. A few of us out there, a couple people have tried one dab. Okay, that's about the lag time it takes for us to catch up. Like, oh yeah, dabs, I like those. I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, no, if you don't understand, cannabis is like the medicine form. Dabs is the heroin form. That's the drug form, right? Have you guys seen dabs before? You have to use a blowtorch to smoke it. That's how much of a drug it is, right? You don't smoke anything recreationally with a blowtorch, I'm pretty sure. That's not how it works. And here's how much of an addict I am. I hear a blowtorch, and my nipples get hard. I think it's dab time. That's my problem. Yeah, I love concentrates. I remember I was sitting in my car, because I wasn't allowed to smoke them in my house. Sit in my car, light it up. I look across the street, and there's somebody else in their car doing the same thing. And I was like, whoa, dude, that's like my brother, or at least like my twin flame, something, right? And like I look at him, and he looks at me, we're like, yeah, dude. He's like, yeah, dude. And I smoked my dab, and he smoked his meth, and I'm like, oh, no, dude. We're not brothers. We're neighbors. Now I gotta move my car. I know where I live, right? That's the problem. All right, guys, let's get this rolling. You guys ready to get this mic started? Let's go. All right. So our number one on the list decided not to show up tonight. If anybody lower on the list wants to take the number one spot, now's your chance. Who wants to go first? Joshua coming up from number 14 all the way to number 1. He doesn't want to wait. Give it up for Joshua!
Wow. The first one is actually totally coincidental. So I was actually at an old school with my best friend growing up, and it was closed down. It was the first time I was ever arrested, and we were just sitting on the top of the roof, and we were throwing sticks at each other, and the cops came and were patrolling. They came and shut us down. They were just screaming at us, and somebody had been stealing the coffers, so they made a massive deal out of it. And And me and my best friend also, growing up, we'd go into fast food restaurants and we go tray sliding. And you pretty much just walk into the fast food restaurant, you steal as many trays as you can, you walk out, and they just watch you. And then you go find a nice open parking lot, plot of land, and you just you roll back onto the trays and you just start drifting around on them and just spinning in circles, burning through trays. And there's this place called Dyer's Lane where people would just go to get scared, and I guess they used to actually do hangings there back in the day, so it makes sense. But so me and my friend would go out there and we'd try and scare people, and we could all get all freaked out or in the outfits and stuff. And so one time we got these outfits and we put on a box head and or put a box on my friend's head and a bed sheet, and so they freak out cars while they're driving by, and he had crutches, and but he couldn't see anything, and so one car just like starts going like 60 miles an hour and just zooms right past him, but literally missed him by like 6 inches, and he didn't even flinch. And I think that the car might have actually tried to hit him if he wasn't going to go off the road. But eventually we got the cops calling us, and we ended up just running through a field of cows, and they ended up having a helicopter coming after us too. And I just couldn't comprehend why, like, we had a couple times where it's just cops made us really crazy, ridiculous deal, but we got away from that time. Another time we had a thing for abandoned buildings, a place we were not supposed to be. But we went to this one abandoned building, and we were just hanging out up there, and some guys came around and just started shooting at us, or shooting up in the air and yelling that they were gonna murder us. And we just stood up there and just started circling around, and we actually called the cops, and the cops arrested us. But yeah, I think they were okay. Yeah, that's all I got. There's a Chinese farewell, or in China there's a farewell. It's they say it's Cao Dong, translates to eat shit.
The king of clearing his throat. Give it up for Joshua, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. How do you say eat shit in Chinese? Cao Dong. So there's probably 3 white girls in here that have that tattooed on them currently. Or it says like ramen or something. All right. Coming up next to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, every Tuesday night you can catch him in Kihei at the Vibe Comedy Open Mic. So if you don't get enough open mic comedy here tonight, you can catch it tomorrow night. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Morgan Tenation!
All right. Welcome back to Padilla, everybody. It's a beautiful night. It's raining out. Did anybody happen to notice? I live in Kihei, and over there we don't know what the rain is. So it's like, if it rains at all, we're like, man, there's never been so much rain. It's just, man, windshield wipers even work? No, they're all cracked because they're dried out, and the street, the windows, and anyway. But no, our good friend, he's usually here, and he likes to say that he'll just put Rain X on his windows and drive real fast because his windshield wipers don't work. Anyway, moving on. I just got back on Tinder for the, hey, It's like the 32nd time or so. I'm really hoping this time it works out. But talking about old school though, I remember Match.com. That's where I met my last girlfriend. Interesting enough, she turned out to be an arsonist. And it's funny, I should have known because on her profile said she could really light up a room. You know, and oddly it ended with a burning sensation. It was pretty bad. I don't know. It's a penny for your thoughts, but you got to put your 2 cents in. Somebody's making a penny. I just thought of that on the way over here. The other thing I was doing on the way over here, I was reading my Bible. Anybody else? Anybody else? Yeah? See? Yeah. There's a couple of them. People get more religious now. And interesting enough, I feel like, it's kind of weird. Like, I feel like Jesus just didn't tell the Romans he was God. Things might have gone a little differently for him. It's kind of a weird hill to die on, if you know what I mean. I was reading my book on Greek mythology on the way over here. Anybody else? Anyone else? Yeah. See? I feel like Achilles, he could have just put some armor down there. It's kind of like a weird hill to die on. I'm just saying. Thank you. This is bad. I know. Yeah, no. They're pretty old school though. I have had to adjust quite a bit though, and new things are just, they don't sit well with me. The memory foam shoes I got, that doesn't help my memory at all. I can't remember why I got those things in the first place. I got a new car though, pretty cool new car. It's got a video screen on the dashboard. I put it in reverse and it showed me a movie of a guy getting run over. Yeah, it's kind of cool. See the sequel to that one. I'm not sure how it turns out. But I'm an adrenaline junkie. Just today I was checking my email and I was checking out Instagram too at the same time, and I was texting my friend. And then I looked up and the car in front of me was going 65 miles an hour with the guy with the laser pointed at him. And so I realized, man, I should probably slow down. But that adrenaline kicked in and it was I recommend it. Just drive the highway and speed a little bit and take your eyes off the road. It works pretty good. Let's see, what else? I'm struggling here. It's funny. My ex, she had told me we could get into role playing, and I was like playing dumb. I'm like, what's that? Role playing. I don't know what that is. And she's like, well, I could dress up like a sexy kitty cat or something. I was like, you think I'm into cats? Like, what the fuck? I let that fucker sleep on my chest while I'm watching TV, but I ain't fucking it, she's like, no, but we could dress up. You could dress up like a businessman or something. I was like, I see what this is. You just want to buy a new outfit. That's what it is. But you forgot. Naked is my favorite part, of this whole thing. I don't know how to do it. I was like, actually, if you want to dress up like somebody, dress up like your friend Julie, because Julie's hot. Julie's got big tits. Anyway, I should get out of here. That was my medication. I'll talk to you later.
Morgan Tomasian, ladies and gentlemen, get up for one more time. His favorite outfit is naked, and I bet his is still tie-dyed. All right. Coming up, I don't even know what that means. That could mean so many things. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to the stage, we have a guest from the Oahu comedy scene joining us. Although she's been a part of the Maui comedy scene since back in the day, we're always happy to have her. Ladies and gentlemen, get for Jess Rabbit!
Keep it going for Chino and the Prettiest Comics. So we're talking old school now. I'm not going to tell you what my old school is. Don't ask me or I'll snap you back into your old school. Let's keep it like that. My old school was me being raised with all boys. I'm going to preemptively tell you that none of the stories that come out of my mouth is never my fault. And you have to learn how to make it their fault. Really, you do. See, she agrees with me. You just have to know. So being raised with all boys and on a construction site, I quickly learned that plausible deniability wasn't the term, but we called that survival skills. You have to learn how to work the system. When you live with all boys, you learn that if you say to a boy, you're not doing it right, they will kill themselves all day until they prove that they're doing it right. Or if you say, I can do it better, they will die in the process. Today, you might call that coercion. Old school style, we call that encouragement. So, keep encouraging everybody to come here. I utilize these skills often. And I learned things. I learned that if you hear that your brothers are flipping over porta potties, but they're pissed because people are getting out too fast, you can get them to do it the correct way. Who in here knows that there's a correct way to flip over a porta potty? Nobody? Yes. Well, see, they didn't know this. So I interjected. I said, you're not doing it right. I know how to make sure they want to do it. I said, door down. Yes. I watched the gears. They were just rolling away, which was great. Until my dad come home later, screaming. Some idiots had been flipping the porta potties all week. And it was funny until today. I spent 30 minutes in that porta potty. I couldn't get out. And I was like, oh. Well, Dad, that sounds awful. You should really punish the perpetrator. I never told him that I was a part of it. I was only like quality management. I made sure they knew how to do it right. Not my fault that they did it with the wrong person, right? So that kind of gives you a little bit of background, but let's go back a little bit further. I know this is not kind of new, but not old either. Does anybody know this song, Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood? I know, right? That's like my theme song, my favorite karaoke song. I don't sing it. I watch the whole room to see which men in the room know the words. Because he can't say he didn't know. He knew what was going to happen. But I say that Carrie Underwood needs to learn what plausible deniability is. Exactly. She knows. She's going with me right there. You can't put your name in a leather seat. That is signing your confession. Instead, if somehow, I don't know how, somehow the other woman's name got on the seat, that's plausible deniability. It's also funny as shit. Just saying. She also really went overboard. She slashed all 4 tires. Who does all 4 tires? I have heard, it could be a wrong rumor, that there is an insurance thing that if all 4 tires get damaged, they replace them. They don't do it if it's only 2 or 3. Just saying, she could do a better job. I know, right? See, that's continuing education for women in the room. It's also maybe continuing education for men in the room. Don't do stupid shit because now they know smarter. They know how to get away with it. So we'll give it back up to Chino because Chino's ready for the next comic to come up.
Give it up for Just Rabbit, ladies and gentlemen. Want to give a quick shout out to our online viewers. We got over 200 people in the chat right now. No, don't shout them out. Oh no, I said shouting out the online viewers. You're safe. Don't worry, I'm not coming for you. That's it.
I thought you were going to put the screen on and not.
Oh, no. We won't show you guys the comments live anymore. That was disgusting. But if you want to see how horrible people are to us on the internet, Check out our YouTube channel right now. It's live streaming. Got about 200 people in the chat. People like Still Ear and Zancoma and Carl Kramer, who are being funny and vicious simultaneously. Big ups to you guys. Thanks for being there. Don't forget to like and subscribe to your part. You might win some hot sauce. All right, moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, your next performer just threw a very successful show at Spill the Tea, the Silky Tea House. It's Silky something. Ladies and gentlemen, you have the Ronda Lee Kids.
Keep it going for Chino Forge. All right, guys, I got good news and bad news. What should we want to hear first? Bad news, always the bad news. You guys are fucked up. Bad news is I have spent my life savings. Now, the good news is that when I tell people that, they automatically assume that it was a lot of money. I'm like, no, I just spent my life savings. Today. A fork and salad. Because I added a protein. Those protein fucks are expensive. I should keep a better handle on my finances. I don't like to keep a handle on my finances. I hate, anybody else hate looking at their bank account? Yeah. I'm not gonna look at my bank account. I'm gonna let the cashier at Minute Stop tell me when I don't have money. You might be thinking, oh, this is old school night. Rhonda's telling these jokes because she used to get her card declined. This happened 2 weeks ago. I was trying to buy gas. It's not my fault. All right, we're doing old school. I guess it's like supposed to be like throwback to when you're younger. I interpret it like we're gonna get biblical. What is up with the Immaculate Conception? Right? I read the Bible a lot. They kind of glaze over like how it actually happened. Because someone, through the Holy Spirit, right? So what did the Holy Spirit do? When in her holy. I've had a lot of tough conversations in my life. I've never had one quite like explaining to your husband that you're pregnant with another man's baby. He was probably like, what the fuck, Mary? Pregnant with God's baby? I'm sure she was like, watch your tone, Joseph. Do you know what it means to be smited? Anyway, what I'm saying is I think that Joseph was the original cuck. Yeah. There's something there. These are new jokes. The first cuck in history, God's first cuck. I'll play with the phrasing. We'll get there. The holiest cuck of all. Oh, did you know that archaeologists are closer now than ever to finding Cleopatra's tomb? And it's cool. It's a big deal in history, and it's a big deal because supposedly Cleopatra had said, "No man will ever find my tomb." Like she was concerned about grave robbers and stuff. No man will ever find my tomb. And it's even more interesting that the archaeologist that's the closest to finding it is a woman. It's like, no man will ever find it, and it's a woman. That's cool. And that's surprising to a lot of people. I think it's surprising to people that have never lived with a man. Because I'm like, the guys have had a hard time finding it. I think Cleopatra tomb has just been behind the ketchup bottle this whole time. All right, guys, my name is Ronald Kitts. Thank you very much.
Keep it going for Ronald Lee Kids, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to know where they put Cleopatra's tomb, It's the same place where she puts my fucking keys. No, I'm kidding. That's a men looking for stuff joke. Yeah. Wrong colors. That's for help. They're actually going to help somebody. Can't fight the wrong fires, my friend Willie always says. All right, we're moving right along. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to the stage, the man without sleeves or regrets, my good friend, give it for Mr. Shane Nelson.
I may not have sleeves, but I am full of regrets. So, my name is Shane Nelson. Hello. Tonight is old school or throw it back. Is that right? Throw it back. Is that the theme?
Yeah.
We're gonna throw it back, dude. I moved here in 1999 from Fargo, North Dakota. Yeah, dude. We moved here on New Year's Eve because of Y2K. Everyone thought all the planes were gonna go down. So plane tickets were half off, dude. And my dad's like, either we're moving to Maui or we're dying. Here we are. And just like most of you, I learned the same first Hawaiian words. We all learn the same first word, which is aloha, hello and goodbye. Show compassion and love. And then we learn mahalo. White people, Eddie, I know you're throwing out mahalos all the time, dude. White people love mahalo, thank you. And then you start to learn the street names once you've lived here long enough. Like Kahau was a proud day for me. And then I learned my favorite street name. We all have the same favorite street name here on Maui. Pu'unene? Tell me you don't love Pu'unene. They're trying to change it to Hanson Road? Fuck that, dude. Pu'unene in our hearts forever, right? Yes. I still know all the street names and all the towns on this island. The other day I called up my local buddy, and I was like, "Cool, bro, where you stay?" And he said, "I stay at Napa Now." I was like, "Napa Now? Is that Wailuku side?" And he goes, "No, bro. I'm at Napa right now." I was like, "Oh, Napa Now? I'm Walmart now." You're probably seeing my sleeveless shirt and you're thinking, this guy works out at Planet Fitness. And you're right, I do. Planet Fitness is my gym of choice. This is the body you'll get, okay? Dude, Planet Fitness, it's in Honolulu. They put it in the worst spot, right? Because there's Planet Fitness, and then you walk out and across the street is Chick-fil-A. I got two voices in my ears. I got Planet Fitness on my right shoulder whispering in my ear, and he's like, "You did a really good job today, don't screw it up." And then I got Chick-fil-A, who's the devil in this scenario. I know, ironic, right? Chick-fil-A is the devil. And it's like, come get some fucking chicken nuggets or whatever. Today, I was proud though. I stood strong, dude. I went to Jersey Mike's. I was eating my Jersey Mike's in the car like a gentleman, and my brother called. He's like, "What's up?" I was like, "I'm making a healthy choice. I'm eating Jersey Mike's." He's like, "That's a whole loaf of bread." Like, if you order the big sandwich, they bring out a whole loaf, dude, and they don't cut it like a normal sandwich is cut. They cut it the long way. They make you like a Scooby-ass fucking sandwich, dude. Ruh-roh. I ate a whole loaf of bread with meat and cheese, dude, for lunch. Thanks, Jimbo. Go to hell. Dude, I was in Target because, you know, it's a terrible trap putting Planet Fitness with all these wonderful things around it. Every time I go to Planet Fitness, I'm like, might as well do Chick-fil-A, Jersey Mike's, and Target. So I'm in Target and I'm monkeying around. I don't need anything from Target. I'm just in Target. Why am I in Target today? It's a Monday. I'm in Target. I'm looking at the cereal. I don't need cereal. And they're advertising. They're like, now, Fruit Loops with protein and no toxins. Sugar-free. You guys are eating this up. I know you're not laughing, but you're not blinking either. Is that good? Is that good thing? Thank you. She's like, oh, they're standing in a pile of Cheetos. No. Oh, that would have given me all I need to live for. It would. It made me feel really good. Dude, on my way here, someone flashed their lights, which we all know is the universal way of saying, hey dude, there's a cop ahead, lower your bomb. I appreciate those people. They're my second favorite people on the road. First favorite person on the road is people that wave you in for left-hand turns, dude. The generosity of a stranger. I appreciate it. Whenever they wave me in, I give them a thank you wave. I turn out, I throw shaka out the window. Mahalos! And then later on, if I run into them at Costco, I'll drop down to one knee and I'll tell them, from this day until my last day, my life is yours. My name is Shane Nelson. I'm so thankful for you guys.
Good job, Shane Nelson, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so glad you guys let him build momentum because you guys were, at first, being as stingy with the laughs as Jersey Mike's is with meats. Am I right, Shane? That Jersey Mike's joke's just for us. I too go to Planet Fitness at sometimes at 6 in the morning, and Chick-fil-A is open at the same time. Like they fucking know, right? Why else would Chick-fil-A be open at 6 in the morning? They're like, those fat people are gonna want us soon. Turn on the fryers, it's not too early, I assure you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up to the stage, it is not the before photos of Shane going to Planet Fitness. It is a whole nother person again for Mr. Jackson, baby!
Hey, Chino, in all fairness, I'm more of like the after photos. So Rhonda was talking about the immaculate conception earlier and how the hell that happened. I've always said, we don't know if Virgin Mary was a really deep sleeper. Starting off super dark, guys. Don't worry. I'll lighten back up. So when I was growing up, I had a huge gap in my teeth, like to the point where I could fit my pinky finger between my two front teeth. And I learned to have fun with it, I could shoot square water streams at people. I could do a SpongeBob impression without making a noise. And then I could bite into an apple and then turn it around just a little bit, and my two front teeth would be the eyes of a smiling face. It was a great time. But then I got them straightened out and everything, and right as I started getting my braces off was when my mustache started growing in. And I don't know if you guys can see in the back, but I still ended up with a gap. And they don't make mustache braces. I'm stuck with this forever now. My dad taught me how to make fun of people, when I was growing up. And it was always at his mom's expense. In all fairness, it wasn't that hard. Even a kid could do it. She had one of those necks that didn't work anymore, so it only moved with its shoulders. And she had those kind of elbows that also didn't work anymore, so it was just this. And so you always knew when she was coming into the room, because the water cup on the nightstand would start shaking. And then she would just come around the corner going, "Aah!" Guys, it's okay. You can laugh at her. She had bad viewpoints too. Don't worry, like most old people, She thought anybody that had a really shiny face immediately was gay. Yeah. How that translates, I have no idea. I was raised Roman Catholic, and I'm not anymore. If you can guess. But I like how I get claps for that. Because you used to be the too. No, but I eventually got sick of it. There's only so much stained glass you can look at in your life. And I stopped going, and then, a couple years later, My mom also stopped going, but for really different reasons. She found out she had a shiny face, guys. she found out she was gay. And I don't know if you guys know anything about Roman Catholics, they don't like that. They like boys. But we always tell our family white lies and stuff, right? And I was smoking weed out my window one day after school when I was supposed to be watching my sister. And my grandmother pulls into the driveway. I freak out, right? I put everything away. I start running around my room, spraying Febreze, getting it in my eyes, making them even more red. And I hear her like come in, my sister's at the door, and she looks at her and goes, "Jackson's room smells kind of funny." So now I hear her coming up the stairs. I'm still freaking out. I got one option at this point. I run out and I close the door behind me. And she just looks at me really serious and goes, "Jackson, what's going on in there?" And I said, "Graham, I'm jerking off." And it worked. Her face changed. She spun on her heels. She walked out and left the driveway. I went in, I smoked another bowl, and then I jerked off. It was a beautiful afternoon. I'm Jackson Bayline, everybody. Thank you very much.
Staying true to his character, ladies and gentlemen, Jackson Bayline. Keep it going for him. He's a masturbator, and we know it. All right, ladies. You know what that means. Ew. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your next comic might have, I don't know, there's a couple of candidates for best hair of the night, but he's one of them. I mean, it'll be undeniable when you see it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joel Hewitt.
Everybody keep it going for Chino LaForge, everybody. What a guy, what an incredible guy. Always compliments me on my hair. Never lets it go to waste. Now, guys, let's run the clock back. It's old school, right? Let's run the clock back almost 6 years. I used to be living in an abandoned abandoned bed and breakfast in the mountains of North Carolina and smoking meth. Oh, it's true. I'm fortunate enough that the teeth that I got to keep were the ones in front. No. But yeah, I used to be that sketchy guy that you would see at a gas station and then just lock your car doors. I went from that to now being a funny guy with a mullet who lives in Maui. So, thank you. I guess we'll call that progress. Yeah, I've been kind of sentimental today. Today is actually my 2-year anniversary of doing stand-up comedy. Thank you. I've been telling people for the past like 4 months that I'm going on 3 years, but give me a break. I used to smoke meth. Yeah. That lady used to smoke meth too. She thought that was really funny. She has all the teeth in the front too. That's incredible. That's amazing. That's amazing. Everybody give it up for that lady and her teeth. Jackson was talking about jerking off. You, sir, have you ever been caught jerking off? You want to talk about it? I guess I'll have to talk about it. Everybody, I caught this guy jerking off earlier today. Yeah, I didn't know if we were going to bring it up, but here we are. Decided a public audience was the best time to bring that up. Yeah, I've been clean and sober for almost 6 years now, but never at the same time, right? Which is why every time I smoke crack, I take an opportunity to roll in the dirt. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. I do heroin in porta potties nowadays. Speaking of porta potties, guy that I caught jerking off. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you, you ever weigh yourself before and after going to the bathroom? Yeah, it's not that strange of a thing. Anybody else in here show of hands? Anybody else do that? Yeah. I did that the other day. I weighed myself before and after using a porta potty. And the really weird thing about it is that I gained 2 pounds. And I swear, honest to God, I only remember eating like half a pound of shit when I was in there. So I don't know how that one. See, that joke makes everybody more uncomfortable than amused, but. All right, I'm getting ready for a show in New York, August 5th. So I gotta riff this stuff right here. This haircut is a new look that I'm trying out, the one that Chino keeps complimenting me on. I went to the barber the other day. I looked him dead in the eyes. I said, "Give me a mullet." He said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes, sir." And when he was done, he handed me a weapons permit. Thank you. He was trying to hype me up about the haircut, but you know, I got home, I took a good look at myself. Let's be real. I look like somebody's stepdad in the 80s who steals their stepkid's hair products, but I also kind of look more like a redneck Jesus, you know? I look like a classic pickup truck had sex with a carton of cigarettes. All right, not a lot of, all right, we'll throw that one in the trash. All right, let me see, I got 1 minute. Let me see here, 1 minute, what do I have for you guys? I guess I'll just take 1 minute to say that the past 2 years of doing stand-up comedy has been the most organic, healthy, productive thing that I've ever been a part of. Thank you very much. Thank you all for being a part of this. Thank you to all my fellow comedians for being so inclusive and supporting. And big thanks to Chino LaForge for doing all of this for us. My name's Joel Ewens. That's Vagina.
Smoking meth and eating shit. Joel Hewins, ladies and gentlemen. His words, not mine. His words, not mine. Michael Brogan in the chat said you look like you go into a porta potty and scream squatters' rights. You combined a couple of your jokes in one. Michael Brogan, you might win some hot sauce. That was pretty funny. You got some laughs. All right. I'm going to walk around with the tip bucket. If you guys want to throw in, since nobody's charging, we'd appreciate it. If you don't throw in the tip jar, you won't win Audience Member of the Night, and I'll remember your face for life. No, I'm joking. It's optional, but there is the Venmo code, so no excuses. All right, coming up next to the stage, one of my good buddies, a very physical comic. Get ready to watch him move and bend, Mr. Ivan Nathanson.
Back in the day, I used to have my own wheat plants. No one ever saw them because I'm a grower, not a shower. I mean, I was. Now it's more like a gargoyle, you know. Sometimes it gets like this. I just wet my pants. Back in the day, do you have a mop? Jesus Christ. All right, so back in the day, I remember very well I used to go for a walk with the cows. I was so much faster than them. Now I live with the frogs. You shut up. Now I live with the frogs, and the frogs love ramen. They always go like, ramen, ramen, ramen. All right, that's not your kind of joke, all right? My father used to have diabetes type 1, and my grandfather used to have diabetes type 2. I don't even know how to type diabetes. Come on, I know you're awake. You're here? All right, I'm gonna change because this set is gonna take too long. I wet my pants.
All right. That was, thank you.
That was Grandpa Adolf. I am Argentinian. Some people think that I'm German. Wonder why. Someone told me that I sound Japanese. That means that I'm the bad side of World War II. No history buffs? Nice. This whole set is gonna be history. Just delete it as soon as it happens. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself. This is old school because I come out of the closet every week. By that I mean, by coming out of the closet, I mean my house is really small. You have to be gay to live in a container, you know? There's no other way because every time you get in, you go like, you can't. And when you try to cook, it's the same. It's like you don't want to get burned, you know? It's beautiful. I live in a small house with 2 cats. Is something else even more gayer than that? Thank you. I am bisexual, which means I have twice the opportunity of, you know, getting ghosted. I get ghosted a lot. I get ghosted so much that actually my sex life is more like a paranormal activity. It rarely happens, when it does, no one believes me. All right, I'm gonna close with that. I'm gonna go erase my memory. Thank you so much. My name is Ivan.
Keep it over, Ivan, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of sounds like a gay vampire, right? Just a little bit. I want to suck your, never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next on stage, we have a first-time comedian. First time, right? Fresh meat for the grinder! Fresh meat, fresh meat, fresh meat. Ladies and gentlemen, give it the first set from Kevin!
I don't know how I follow. Can you hear me good? I don't know how I follow that up because I can't shake like he did. I'm a bit younger, but I can't shake. A little about me. I'm a boxer. It's fun, but before that I used to be a roofer. And roofing's fun. It's less fun on Maui because it's really hot over here. But 40 hours a week on a roof, it gets to you. Your brain starts to change a little bit, and you notice it because everyone else up there is just groaning. They don't talk, they just moans and groans all the time. And it's hard to go from that to living a normal life. Because you're just so used to it. And then you have to interact with people and not moan and groan because they'll throw you in a psych ward. And it's not okay. So I'm getting it out of my system, not to moan and groan. But now I'm finishing my degree on an online college, which means I sit on my phone for the time I'm supposed to be in school, chat GPT my way through it, and at the end of the semester, when I have to take a final, I hope and pray I pass. It's hard. If you guess out of 1 out of 4, that's a 25% chance that I make it through. So far I made it. I've only failed 1 class, so. But besides doing college and boxing, I volunteered at a kids camp recently. It was a lot of fun. It was a foster kids camp, and they gave you a child for a week. It's fun, but I'm 18. I don't know how to raise a kid. I know none of you guys know how to raise kids either, so it was hard. But he was a hitter, he got mad sometimes, and he tried to hit people. It was bad, but the worst part about it is how ineffective at striking is. Because one part of me is like, you can't be doing that, but the other part is goes to my coach. You know, I'm a boxer. Listen, I'll coach you how to hit him harder, more effective, and not get hit back. Yeah, that's it.
First time comedy from Gavin, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you're telling jokes this early in your boxing career. It gets harder the more you go on, trust me. Saying sentences in public might get harder. Unless you're really good, then it won't. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to the stage, one of our comedians, but really he's part of the Wisconsin comedy scene. He saw me on one of the Ari Shaffir's podcasts, wanted to know how to do comedy, came out here to visit his parents, and now we're buddies. Ladies and gentlemen, give it Mr. Cody Heck!
Give it up for Chino LaForge. That's some great name dropping right there. Okay. Oh man, I love this mic. It's always an electric mic, plus then after, I get to go on YouTube and watch 200 incels call me a version of Fat Theo Vaughn. My favorite was Theo Van. No, Chino stopped reading the comments to the crowd, but keep sending them, keep being disgusting, because the comics do read them, and they do think about them for a while. So, they're getting where you want them to go, is what I'm trying to say. You fucking incel freaks. Sorry, that was for them, not you guys. I love you guys. Okay, old school. I'm 31, and I just realized that my girlfriend doesn't remember 9/11, which does not make me a pervert. But 25-year-olds don't remember 9/11. And she's turning 19 soon, so I'm just kidding. But when I told her about it, I told her about my 9/11. I said, this is what happened. I got pulled out of school. The kids, or my family went to church, and the kids, the parents went to pray, and all of us kids, we went and just kind of fucked around with the dad who cared least about 9/11. So basically, my first memory of 9/11 was playing full contact tackle football with my own father as head coach. He didn't care about 9/11. But I was at the age, like I'm kind of like the last generation to remember 9/11. I should stop saying 9/11 so much. I think it's bringing the mood down. But I was at the age where I only remember days if they were like either really good or really bad. So I guess I just had a really good 9/11. I had a rock fight with my friends and put a booger on a girl. That's a damn good 9/11. I haven't had that good of a 9/11 since, I'll tell you that. The worst part is, my birthday was coming up. I asked my mom for another 9/11. Old school. What else? Oh, I have this other new stuff that doesn't work. But I'm going to do it anyway, because that is open mic comedy. I'm thinking about having kids. Make me nervous. I think that everybody in this room is nervous about the idea of me having kids. And I just don't want to lie to them. So I think like from the beginning I'm going to tell them that Santa isn't real. Yeah. And while I'm at it, neither is Elmo. Puppets are a mental illness. That is a man's hand. You stay the fuck away from men's hands. Some people had to learn about Elmo the hard way. And now, since I'm being real with you, you know what else is fake? The moon landing. Hell yeah. Finally, a crowd that appreciates me. I know that other parents wouldn't appreciate this level of honesty, so I'd have to sit them down and be like, look, these kids are not going to hear from their parents. If it comes up, don't be afraid to mention it. You know? Because these ideas are not going to be popular at first. But pretty soon they're going to realize that they were lied to about Santa. Now we have their attention. Now we hit them with the real stuff. Okay, so there is this organization, it's called the CIA, and they're behind every major historical event, and they work for the most rich and powerful families in the world. What I'm trying to say is that Santa Claus killed Charlie Kirk. I just don't think that my version of history is any less valid than the textbooks. You know what's not in any textbook? A poor person's version of events. Yeah, one more quick one. I'm a carpenter, and I'm the kind of carpenter that if I was a carpenter 2,000 years ago, I think I would have hazed Jesus during his apprenticeship. But I think I would have hazed Jesus tastefully. You know, that's how you get good at a trade. It's a little like punking. So like, I would be like, Jesus, if you don't get this job site cleaned up, I'm gonna whoop your black ass. If Jesus was still working but took his tool belt off, I'd nail it to the floor. Oops. Boy, did that age poorly. It's unfortunate all the good pranks in construction are nail related. Okay, thank you. Shout out to Jesus.
Why are you walking like that, quasi-heck? What's going on here? You hurt a leg and a shoulder at the same time? You're like, what's going on? One more time for Cody Heck, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we love you. But you're right, that online audience, dude, you offended them so much, they started like putting up prayer scripture halfway through your set. You made people so upset they started praying, Cody. I appreciate that. It's not gonna work, it's not gonna help. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to the stage, the answer to your prayers. A man who comes from the Holy Lands himself. Give it for Mr. Bashar!
All right, thank you guys. Back in the day, I only spoke one language, and that's Arabic, so I'm gonna do my set in Arabic if that's okay. Please don't call the cops. Salam alaikum, salam alaikum. Okay. Okay, no, we'll go back to English. I am from Iraq, right? And surprisingly, I was visiting my family, and we had this incident. My mom was like, hey, call the emergency. I was like, what's the phone number? And she was like, 911. I kid you not, right? And I guess we also don't forget, but for different reasons. Okay, I see that's a 9/11 crowd in here. Okay, all right. Hey, we're just lighting up the mood over here. I wish we didn't do it, but we had to be into stuff, right? No. Yeah, the Saudis did it, right? Like that's the thing. The Saudis did it and somehow we get invaded. That's the thing that people forget, right? That's like your least favorite cousin gets into a fight and them dudes come back and fuck you up. Alright? I just don't think it's very fair that I still have to justify myself as a good American. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But growing up in Iraq was a different time. Like my time frame is the same era of like a 65, 70-year-old person here. Like as far as technology and stuff, we didn't get the internet until maybe like 2005. At least that's when I got internet. And it was, you have to type in a username and a password. And since we didn't have money, I used to guess the user's name or passwords. So I just put Muhammad 2005. I swear to God. And then the password is like some date, and I will be in there, and I will be praying. We didn't have cell phones. I remember the first time that we got cell phones, everybody was taking pictures with them. That was the time. I guess everybody did it here. Okay, and then somehow I got psyoped into moving to the greatest nation, God ever created. Okay? Right? Hey, you better clap. Fuck yeah. Say it, sister. Fuck yeah. Right? All right, relax. Relax. Okay? You guys, it is. No. Okay, I think this table is about to say something to that table. Feel free. No. I'm about to start some shit in here. I feel for white folks though, like any other color, I probably would have been like, yeah, bro, yeah, sis. But when I looked, I'm like, okay, chill, you guys done enough. And as I look around me, it's nothing but whites. But this is what you get for letting an immigrant into your country with free speech, right? So you're gonna have to listen to me to the rest of this. Oh wow, so hostile. No, I very much appreciate the freedom that I get and to just speaking what's on my mind. Because I tell you, back home, I could not do that. I would have to have a gun on me, so if somebody heckles, I'll be like, hey, fucker, because you don't know who got the gun first, okay? Alrighty, guys, you've been very tolerant. Thank you very much. My name is Bashar. Keep it going for keynote.
Keep it welcome Bashar, ladies and gentlemen. You know, like, when you think you're saying something to a friend and you end up accidentally trauma dumping on them a little bit? That's what it's like being friends with a person from a third world country. Because he's like telling me a joke about the UNICEF truck not showing up, and it's like, I want to laugh because it's actually really funny. See that guilt you're feeling? That's American guilt. Good people. You're good people. It's good to see. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to the stage, a person who's been with the Comedy Simulator since its inception. He's now the chat moderator. Lord help him. He's got his work cut out for him. Give it up to Mr. Jimbo!
Let's keep it going for Chino the Ford. He gets too much credit for this. I would say we don't give him enough credit, but we literally fucking do every day. No, welcome in. I'm so happy everyone's here. Shane said he's going to Planet Fitness. That's what that body looks like. This is what the body looks like if you don't do fitness. You know, it gets bad, but I'll tell you, it's not gonna ever get bad enough to where I'll go to Planet Fitness. That's the Walmart of workout. Have you ever been in there? You will see the most wild shit I've ever seen. But you know, it's worth it, I guess, to lose 15 pounds and then gain 20 the next week when I relapse. I don't know, I think technology is getting incredible these days. It's like so wild. Where are my AI freaks at? Hell yeah, they put AI in Google Maps recently. It's really helping me out because when I turned it on the other day and it said, Jim, are you heading home? And I was like, holy shit, how did it know that? I don't know, because I go to 2 fucking places a day. I go to work and I go home. I'm going this way, or I'm going the other way. Genius technology. What do we do without it? Oh, that was a good one, huh? Write that one down. AI crowd, they don't even want to hear disses of AI. Keep it out of your mouth, god damn it. Say AI, start booing, it's nuts. I don't know, you guys hear about the Taco Bell thing going on, the diarrhea craziness going on? No one has heard of that, that's good. I was wondering the whole time, like, people shit normal? You guys are shitting normal? You guys look at your shit that's that different, and you go, what would have caused this? Lost that luxury 10 years ago. Thank you, fellow Crohn's disease carriers. Oh man. Yeah, no, when that all happened, the researchers did what they do. They put the stuff under the microscope and found out what was causing it. And in all that Taco Bell shit, it was the lettuce. And as a fat guy, that was a win. That was a win. I'm staying away from all lettuce for the next 2 weeks, and next month, and then next year for sure too. Oh, thank you to my one fan. It's great. I got like 4 claps. Those are distinct claps though, so fuck all of you. Oh, don't give me that pity bullshit. You know what? No.
All right, that's it. I'll go into my suicide jokes. Ye ask and ye shall receive, crowd. Nobody likes to talk about suicide these days, you know, it's taboo. And that kills me inside. That I can't talk about me killing myself outside. You know? All truth be told, I would never kill myself outside, I would do it inside. Too many variables outside. There's people out here. Can you imagine if I ran into someone and they tried to stop me? Ew. I'm just seeing who's on the watch list. No, I don't know. A lot of people think suicide's the coward's way out. Who thinks that? Anyone? Coward's way out? I don't think you know enough about suicide. Have you ever put a shotgun barrel in your mouth? It's kind of fucking scary. I'm sorry. We're obviously an overdose suicide type of crowd. You pretentious fucks. You privileged bastards. The idea of affording enough cocaine to overdose is the dream. And you fucking people do it. Fuck. I see all of you guys with working on this one. Appreciate you all letting us work out these jokes. My credit score is pretty bad. My credit scores took a hit, and it was real. They let me know that my credit score dipped very low, but I've been busting my ass. I've been working hard, and they sent me an email. I said, James, your credit health has improved. They said, James, your credit rating is doing so much better right now. Like, my credit score is fucking trash, but my credit aesthetic, beautiful. All right, guys, my name is Jimbo. Shout out to the chat. I love you. You're not mean enough. And Joe Rogan for president, I guess, huh?
Jimbo, ladies and gentlemen, keep it going. He said the self-harm word 5 times on stage after we got a violation last time. So Jimbo, I'm gonna say this. Either find new words for it, or do it so we can make money, all right? Come on, that's a joke, we're comedians. All right, that was really dark of you guys. You just turned that into a threat. Now I'm definitely gonna be, thanks a lot. You Me Too'd me somehow. I don't know how that worked. I guess I did to myself. All right, coming to the stage right now, ladies and gentlemen, more than just a performer, local rapper extraordinaire, one of my good friends. Give it up for Mr. Johnson! First time doing comedy, give it up!
Hey, we got Timu DJ Khaled up in the house. Somebody said that one time to me, and it stuck. I was like, okay, I'm gonna use that. But yeah, this is my first time doing comedy. I'm usually like a hip hop rapper guy, but I figured, you know, just expand my abilities to get up on stage and try to do something. So I had a little bit of things I was thinking about back in the day kind of shit. So I was a really fucking horny kid, like fucking, I don't know, anybody, give it up, make some noise for all the horny motherfuckers out there. I was like, I don't know if I was like absurdly horny, but like I was like really horny. I'd do some like crazy shit and shit. Like I used to fuck our fucking living room couch. It had some like really tight fucking cushions. And I me and my brother would joke around about it, you know, like stick our hand in the fucking crease and be like, yeah, that'd be fucking. And then one day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking try that shit, bro. And fucking that couch was tight as fuck. I was like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, it was like a hide bed too, so it had like a hole in the middle. And I would just nut right in the hole, and it was like a fucking, like, it was like some infinity hole, and like, nobody knew where it went. And I would just nut in that fucking hole over and over and over again. And I don't know if that hide bed ever got taken out ever once, but like, I remember one time it just disappeared and got sold, like, all of a sudden. And years later, like when I was an adult, like 40 years old, I like mentioned something to my mom. She's like, yeah, we knew about that fucking couch and we fucking got rid of that fucking nasty ass fucking thing. I was like, oh shit, okay. And, that was like one thing, yeah, I got a couple of things. But one time I was fly fishing with my stepdad. He was a great stepdad. He took us fly fishing a bunch and took us on all kinds of outdoor adventures and shit. I was super young too, like maybe like 11 or something, and we were like just finishing up some fishing, and we're like, hey, let's go check out a new spot. We're walking up, and I see like a Hustler, just brand new, like fucking shiny cover, hasn't been out there in the sun for very long, or out there in the wilderness. And it's like, what is this doing out in the middle of nowhere? And my stepdad's like, you better not pick that up. And I was like, no, we're not gonna pick that up. We're like, keep going. We're good. We get down the trail a little bit. I'm like, yo, I gotta go take a shit real quick. I'm just gonna like run back and use the bathroom in the bushes or something real quick. He's like, you better not go grab that porn bag. And I'm like fucking sprinting as fast as I can because the fucking magazine's like at least another minute past the bathrooms. And so I'm just fucking running as fast as I can. I grab that shit, stuff it in the back of my pants, and I'm fucking running back. And fucking get back, I'm fucking dripping sweat. My stepdad's like, you didn't go back to get that? And I'm like, no, sir, no, did not. Fucking me and my brother cherished that thing for years. But, yeah, another sick thing, fucking, my fucking parents sent me to go, it was like a family thing. We were just visiting family, and I stayed in my fucking aunt's house. And fucking, I had to stay in the basement. There was no bathroom in the basement. I would save the Macy's and Sears catalog from the weekends and shit like that, from like Sunday paper. And I would jack off to the bra ads. And then there was nowhere to put it, so that I would get discovered. So I'd shove it all in the fucking like vent duct or something like that. And when they sold the house, there was so much fucking paper stuck in the vent. They fucking were like, what the fuck is all this shit? Fucking crazy. But I'm just glad I didn't have a boy. I'm a father. I have a kid, and I'm glad that I didn't have a boy. You know, fucking, I have a daughter. It's way easier than dealing with everything that I probably had to do. But I tried to give her everything that I never got. You know, and she did. She got everything I never got, and now she's a fucking brat. But cheers, you guys. Thank you.
First time doing comedy, good for Jocelyn, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, found porn, that's something that this generation will never understand. The fact that at any moment in time, with any family member whatsoever, you can stumble across some hardcore pornography, and then you have to pretend like you didn't want it. You're like, that's disgusting. I can't believe some horrible person would have left it out here for kids to find and hide under their beds and keep that for 10 decades. And then give it to the next. Whatever happened? I don't know. Never mind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your next comic rejoins us. He's been to our mics before. Haven't seen him in a while. Happy to see him back. Give it up for Mr. Craig!
Oh my God. All right, I'm not smart enough to remember my material, so put my shit down here. Alright. Oh, alright. How's everybody doing? Everybody having a good night? How do you do these things? I never know what to do. Oh, there we go. Alright, okay. You can hear me now. Alright. My name's Craig Hamilton Bradley, in case I run for president. Since the fire, my life has been quite an adventure. But let's go back in time, because that's the theme tonight. When I was much younger, I rode a bicycle across the United States of America. And when I got into Florida on Interstate 10, a cop pulled me over and said, "Boy, what the hell are you doing riding your bicycle on the interstate?" I said, anyway, so I'm just going back in time. So let's move forward. Again, going back in time, because that's a theme. I used to work at Hula Grill when I first moved here in the late 90s. I did a 10-year stint at the Hula Grill. And you make a lot of chocolate milk if you're working for TS restaurants. And, you know, when you're making your chocolate milk, some spilled on the stainless steel. And I would turn to the guy next to me, who was usually a friend of mine. I put a little chocolate syrup on my hand and go, "Oh, don't you hate it when they run out of toilet paper in the bathroom?" Oh. Anyway, that's just going back in time. I really enjoyed that job, working on the beach as a dining room server, head waiter guy. Anyway, that was going back in time. So, moving forward, I eventually got a job. I thought that was the greatest job ever, but apparently it's a thing, not having any benefits, which is what it's like working in most restaurants. So I got a job at the Ritz-Carlton, and that was hella cool. I had no idea that there was a job paying $60,000 a year just laying people every day. So I did that, and it was great. I was like, yeah. Anyway, for 5 years, and then, but anyway, one of the things I did was, deal with a lot of lays, right? So I had a lot of kukui nuts around, and I turned to my coworker, we'll call him Newty. I'll say, hey, Newty, sometimes I just like pull my nuts out and show the people. And I pull out my kukui nuts, go, oh, and these are blonde ones, and go, oh, these are my white nuts. Anyway, that was a fun joke back when I worked at the Ritz-Carlton. So, moving forward, and Newty has a Tongan joke you'd like to hear. You know what coconut milk is? It's Tongan steroids. Yeah, so if you didn't know. All right, so now let's move it on. I got 2 jokes that I just want to tell you anyway. If you are bored and you want to entertain yourself mentally, just think of a demolition derby. 50 cars with collision avoidance turned on. So 50 people trying to hit each other in cars that won't let them. Wouldn't that be great? I tell you what, and if you haven't seen Demolition Derby, they got a figure 8 in Tennessee. It's on YouTube. It's pretty good. Anyway, all right. And also, I like to send my friends text messages that just say, text message. And then next day, I'm like, hey, bro, you get my text message? Anyway, all right, I just want to tell you this. So then after I got laid off from the Ritz at the pandemic, so I got a job 2 years later in Kaanapali at the Waikoko restaurant serving breakfast. It was a great gig, man. I was off at noon. I made $300 every morning. Oh, life was so good. Anyway, but then the fire happened. But before the fire, I had 2 jokes at work I told regularly. So if you don't know this, Kaanapali is not a place to swim far out early morning because there's big sharks there. Been a lot of things that have happened. Anyway, so every morning, 7 o'clock, I have my table right here. There'd be somebody swimming out 50 yards out, 60 yards out in 50 feet deep of water, which is just insane. I don't recommend that. I spent a lot of time out there in this area. Anyway, so I said, hey, you see that person swimming out there? They say, yeah. I say, you think they can hear the music to Jaws right now? Anyway, if you don't think I'm funny, my ex-wife agrees with you. She said, Craig, you are not funny. Sent it to me in a text, all caps. Anyway. And then also when somebody ordered a Loco Moco, I said, oh, that item comes with a joke. They said, what's the joke? I said, oh, I got a friend named Moco. That guy's loco. You're not gonna believe what they call him. All right, and then the fire happened. Okay, the fire happened, that was crazy. So, I got 1 minute. Oh, see.
You had 1 minute to go.
This is what happens to me every time. I have like 12, 15 more jokes. What am I gonna do? Anyway, it turns out that it really helps if you foster and you create a good attitude when you run into a tragedy. So, man, I gotta skip through so many jokes. Okay, so after my friend Al, where did he go? Where'd Al? He's in the bathroom. Anyway, after the fire, I went to a shelter. And I met my friend Al, who's not even right here right now. I don't know where he is. Anyway, okay, so I met Al. He's my shelter friend. I woke up at 4 in the morning because I wake up early because I was served breakfast. And all I heard was just a room full of farting. And Al was one of them. Anyway, we became friends. We were at the snack counter. And I don't know if you ever had those, normal crackers that come in a white box, And there are these crackers, there's these skyflake crackers, this purple package, Japanese crackers. I said, hey, Al. Where's Al? I don't know where he went. Anyway, I said, hey, Al, you ever seen these Japanese purple crackers? I thought all crackers were white. Anyway, yeah, that's a good local joke. Picking me up already? Oh, bruh. So I went to Jersey Mike's that day. I did not know it was the home of the $25 footlong. Speaking of that. Shoots. Oh man. Anyway, now I finally got the dream job of all time. I work for the county. I'm a lifeguard, a pool lifeguard. Oh my God, the benefits. If you never thought about applying for a county job, anyway, since I became a lifeguard, I became really good at doing one thing. I'm really, really good at looking to the left, looking to the right, and then looking to the left again. Yeah. Woo. All right. Oh, and if you didn't know it, a lot of people don't know this, there's a bee.
Sorry, dude. Time's up. Craig. Keep it going, Craig, ladies and gentlemen. 15 more jokes on that page. Ask him, he'll tell you. All right, we got 3 more comics for the night. I gotta give everybody 5 minutes. It's the fairness thing. You guys ready for the last 3? You guys ready to bring it on home with me? All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to the stage. One of our favorites here. She's a special piece of our performance. We love her. Ladies and gentlemen, give it to Miss Emily.
To tip your wait staff because they're a captive audience. They have no choice. Listen to what we're talking about here. They've heard it all, I'm sure. I got with it. I got my phone. Like I'm normal, like everybody else now. Okay, so back in the day, I was a kid growing up in Canayo. I don't know if you guys know the area very well, but Canayo was pretty rural. It was a lot less people out there than there are now. Back in the day. So I was raised by a group called the Church of Paul Fingers. Does anybody know that? Anyways, that's for dark comedy. We're not going to go there. But we used to try to get away from the cows by climbing up the mango trees. I think that's how it was. We would end up in the mango trees eating mangoes, and the cows would come under the tree to get out of the sun in the shade, right? So we were stuck up in the mango tree eating mangoes, and the cows were just like moo, moo. We were like, we would have to be up there till almost dark because we were afraid to go down. Because one time we went down and then the cow chased us. It was chasing us down the road. Big white cow with horn. Anyways, I don't know if that's a joke or anything, but that's just my back in the day story. And speaking of porn, we used to find that, stack the magazines and look at them in the bushes and look at like different. We would just look at the cartoons, right? We like to look at the cartoons. And I was at my mom at my friend's house the other day, and she had a book of just those cartoons. Isn't that cool? It just like tripped me out. Like, whoa, brought me back to my childhood, looking at the furry guys, the old hippie guys, the cartoons of the old hippie guys. I don't know. Anyways, back in the day again. Try to get my phone out. Just because when you're up here, you just forget every fucking thing. I know, I have my phone now, so. Oh, speaking of Chick-fil-A, they're the cleanest bathrooms. If you guys are ever in need of a bathroom downtown, stop at Chick-fil-A, and the back door is easy access, and like you're sitting on the toilet and your legs swing. I don't know, is it just me? I'm just sure. But you get up on that toilet and your legs swing. That's Chick-fil-A. Very clean bathrooms. My daughter worked for them during college. She graduated college now, but Chick-fil-A rocks. I tried to tell her to get her car wrapped because she had a white car and she could get like a cow wrap. She could get spots on her white car and she could sponsor Chick-fil-A and they would pay her. And I thought that was a great idea. She's like, Mom, no, that's never going to work, but it probably could have worked. She would have at least got $400 a month. Anyways, oh yeah, speaking of Cleopatra, I seriously believe that Cleopatra was really Jesus' grandmother or Joseph's real mother, because it's a long story, but there is a theory that Cleopatra took her son, who was Caesarion, I think his name was Caesarion, Caesar and Cleopatra's son, hid him in wherever Joseph is from. But yeah, that's just a theory, speaking of Cleopatra. Well, I hate it when I forget to wake people in on the left. It's so sad. I actually lose sleep over it. I'm like, darn it, I forgot to let that guy go. I should have let him go first. Like when someone's trying to turn left and someone lets you go, you're supposed to let them go before you go. And sometimes I lose sleep over that shit. And then one time, when I was married, my husband cheated on me. Speaking of that song, Before You Cheat. So one time, what I did was pissed off at him. I found his truck and I drove it up the road and around the corner and I hid it from him. And that was pretty fun. I thought that was pretty smart of me. And he was freaked out. He's like, "Where's my truck?" But you know what I should have done? And I'll tell you that I did do this because in my mind I did do this. I took this cream cheese and I smeared it all over his windshield on the inside. I did that too. And then also one time, because he cheated, what did I do? I wrote it down. Shit. Oh, I threw a burrito at him from the top of the stairs. Holy cow, he was leaving on a camping trip with his friends, and I hooked this huge burrito at him from the top of the stairs, and I was pregnant and hit him doink right on top of his head in front of all his friends. And guess what? I saw it at Target. They have a game that you can throw a burrito at people. Like, what? I even took a picture of it. If you don't believe me, I have it on my camera roll. The game of throw your burrito at something. So, wow. I have so many more jokes. Everything I say is freaking hilarious, so I'm glad you guys are here to hear it.
Keep it over 70, ladies and gentlemen. It was so cute. Last week she said something that really resonated with me. She's like, I feel like I resonate with Miss Piggy and I'm just looking for a permit. And that was like the cutest thing because she just wants someone. I understand. Look at that hair. He's a cute one. Yeah. That doesn't mean she just wants to love on you and fucking hit you sometimes. That's a part of that. If you remember Miss Piggy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got 2, possibly 3 more comedians left. We got some real treats next, as well as after this next comedian. So stick around, you guys are in for a real treat. But coming up next on stage, ladies and gentlemen, the man who's looking like he's ready to stomp some grapes to make some wine, Mr. E.
Hey, keep it going for Gino, everyone. He was still with us. Good old days. Man, I was just trying to find any good in the old days. Like, what exactly do you mean by good old days? Is that like back when presidents were still smart? Or was that when weed still worked? Was that when you could just brown square bag and not need a fentanyl test? I mean, what exactly are the good old days? Oh, when somebody would see this outfit and be like, he might be a fun weekend. I'm trying to remember these good old days. Does anybody help me out here? I've only lived in Maui for 2 years, so I'm pretty sure the good times are like pretty fresh, but farther and farther between. I mean, especially with this World War II. Oh, how about good old days before you weren't? Like, is this lettuce bacteria outbreak an attack from Brazil to bricks? I mean, what good old days is there? I remember Clinton as a president, so I don't think I'm old enough to know what he's talking about. I mean, the weed's only gotten better, but there's something good about every day. You know, every silver lining has a touch of gray. That's for sure. Man, good old days. I'd say they're good, but when they're really good, we usually got caught before we made it to lunchtime, kicked out of school for the way we smelled. How many other people got caught smoking weed by the fence at school? Am I the only one? I can't possibly be the only one that's been ejected from school for smelling like burnt marijuana. Anyone? Am I the only one stupid enough to admit it? I wasn't exactly a weed dealer, but everybody's talking about their old porn collections. I guess that probably qualifies for good old days. I really overdid it. I ended up trading like this ounce of weed I got from this guy that I traded my magic cards for. That turned into such a giant stack of porn. I don't know how I kept it as long as I did. And I'm talking good porn. I mean like Penthouse and Hustlers. Stories that are worth reading at 13. Anyone else there? I wish it took longer for my brother to snitch on me. Here's what I want to know. How is it the brother that does time for his friends' ecstasy jars and does hits for mafia is the one that's a snitch on you as a kid? It doesn't make the least bit of sense. I used to think that I was the black sheep of the family, And then my stepdad died and I found out how he rolled with 250 Harleys behind his hearse in a town of 2,000 people. And I was like, you know what? I'm probably the rainbow sheep. I think his oldest son, who's the prison guard, is probably the black sheep of our family. He's the only one seen black. I mean, does he even know what side of the bars he's on? That guy hasn't smoked weed since high school. You probably use it, but he obviously doesn't talk to me. I'm a blemish on the family. Not just my family, I'm a blemish on a lot of families. I could be a blemish on your family if you invite me over for a weekend. Hey, I know it sounds funny, but you know blue cheese smells funny before you taste it, and try having chicken wings without it. I keep it stinky, I roll them fat. Oh man, good old days. I'm still trying to think of a day that I've had some really good days. Like, you know, when I got out the Army, I did a lot of toning. I've had some really blessed moments I'm really grateful for. But those were post-Bush Jr., so do they really count as good? I'm already a veteran, so I'm obviously not innocent. I mean, how interchangeable is good and innocent? Because I don't know if I qualify for this evening. Anyone? Can you be good without innocent? I mean, I could be good at it. Back to the blue cheese jokes. Keeping it cheesy. Because obviously I identify as a nerd. That's what these glasses are for. Oh, I know. Good old days when people didn't look at you like you were responsible. Man, all I want, I'm technically retired. I live off my military time now, and everybody's wanting me to be more and more responsible. I told Maui I'd help reclaim sustainable agriculture because I love growing good food, I love feeding people and nurturing, but I never promised to run for office, and I'm just trying to give people good ideas to help save agriculture, and now they want me to wear a tie, and as a result, I wore this tie-dye. Halfway there. Maybe overboard, but on that note, I'm Mr. E. Thank you for playing along. Have a good night. I'm giving back Chino. Tip your staff. Have a good night.
Hold on, here, I'll shake your hand too. Mr. E, ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for him. Easy to see on stage, but camouflage on Alphabet Street. All right. Some of you guys got that. I love that. All right. We got 2 more comedians coming up. This next one coming to the stage. Do you guys remember about 6 months ago when we had that high school student that was doing a high school senior project on being a stand-up comedian? And then he came and practiced his set in one comic of the night. Who was here for that? A few of us, you remember that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome back the prodigy, Cold Hard Cash.
Hello, keep it going for Chino LaForge. Now, I would talk about my old days, but my old days are like 5 years ahead of your old days. So I'll just talk about some things I found interesting. Another comic earlier in the night was talking about how Chick-fil-A purposely placed their poultry right outside of Anytime Fitness, a sort of devil on your shoulder. But I think, nay, I know that there was a worse devil on your shoulder. Gen Korean barbecue. It is $38 of all-you-can-eat meats, the likes of which your minds and your stomachs have never seen before. I went there after I went to Anytime Fitness for the first time and the only time, and I ordered, I think, about 7 or 8 full plates of meat. I think I had collected 3,000 to 3,500 calories. Now, there's been a lot of talk about Taco Bell and explosive diarrhea. But lettuce is not the real threat, people. Gochujang beef belly is the real threat. Oh, you should have seen my asshole that day. It was spitting more fire than a dragon. By the way, I actually learned Like, I don't know how many of you actually know what explosive diarrhea is? Just like a show of hands. I feel so sorry for the people clapping right now. I looked up what explosive diarrhea actually meant. Thank you to the guy who said colonoscopy. You'll need it. It's a sudden and oncoming wave of the need to have diarrhea. Literally, like, you feel it for 3 seconds and you immediately have to go. I can't think of a worse thing to happen to somebody. Except me. There were like 3 or 4 of you who were at my previous show. You know how much I hate the Portland, Oregon airport. I have been, if there is one hater of the Portland, Oregon airport, it is me. If there are 0 haters of the Portland, Oregon airport, it is because I am in the floor. There is a shop in the Portland, Oregon airport, sort of Vietnamese food shop. Word of advice, don't try new foods when you're gonna be on a plane. Never try new foods if you're gonna be on a plane. I had what I thought was a really nice banh mi sandwich. It's a banh mi sandwich is like a sandwich made of French bread and oppression, if you look at the history of a banh mi sandwich. I got on the plane, and they were like loading people up. I've never had explosive diarrhea, I've had explosive vomit. I was just sitting, minding my business, finally happy I escaped the Portland, Oregon airport, and suddenly, like a storm, like a tsunami, I felt the immediate need to throw up truly, completely, and wholly. So I clicked the button. I had the stewardess come over. I said, hey, I really gotta go to the bathroom. She was like, can you wait a second? She saw in my eyes that I couldn't. I could not. So I went to the Portland, Oregon airport bathroom. I'm sorry, the bathroom on the plane at the Portland, Oregon airport, and vomited for about 5 minutes, which in that time, the plane had just started taking off. I don't know how many of you have walked to your seat on a plane that's taking off, but that, after being nauseous from vomiting, is really not a fun experience. I truly, if you have, don't talk about it on a stand-up set, because you kind of like steal my joke, and that's like really mean, man. Anyways, I wish I could have lived up to the hype that Tino LaForce set, but I'm just feeling really warm and soft right now, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much.
Cash is young, ladies and gentlemen. Give her Cash one more time, please. How old are you, Cash? 17, 18?
18.
18 years old. 18 years old. So, he doesn't drink. He doesn't do it. This is the thrill he gets, you guys. You guys just got him high right now. Give it one more time for Cash. Oh, and trust me, he is so high right now. It feels good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you your next act. Mayoral candidate, Los Angeles comedian, a comedian in our scene since he started, and somehow he magically got way better, and we're so happy. Ladies and gentlemen, my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Callahan Wells. Come on.
Hello, Kako, Pahe, ladies and gentlemen, binaries and concubines. I rented a sign language interpreter for the seeing impaired. Sorry, time out.
Sorry, something funny? Yeah, please keep the laughter to a minimum. Cheer.
Okay, time in. Okay. Anybody watching the World Cup? No? Okay. So old school. Like my mentor, Chino LaForge, he was teaching me about trying to be humble. And yes, I'm currently running for mayor of Maui, but please don't vote for me. It's just to fuck with the system. Mahalo nui loa. I promise to add more speed bumps if I do get elected, though, so I need you guys to slow down. Okay, old school. So I don't know if this is relatable, but I graduated Maui High School from '97 to 2001, and a lot of us have experimented in high school. I'm sure. One of my experiments, I decided to go underage drinking with 3 of my friends, Chase, Jason, and Titus, over in Kihei, Maui, Hawaii. Okay. So my friends and I, we wanted to do the whole like cool underage drinking thing, drinking in front of the church in Kihei, I guess old Hope Chapel or something. I don't know. I don't believe in religion. But so we convinced Titus's dad to buy us Boone's Winery drinks. So we ended up drinking, making a bonfire on the beach, and we proceeded to talk like teenage boys do about masturbating. Please, no judgment. I'm sure all of you have been there before. So, in essence, we're getting under the influence of Boone's Winery coolers, and my buddy Titus, no pictures, please. Okay, time. My buddy Titus, he starts doing the whole truth or dare scenario. Well, somewhere along the conversation, we ended up talking about trying to masturbate in front of each other. And because I have an ego, I decided to show them that I could ejaculate at 15. Jesus. So, I know it's hard to believe, but this was my experience as a human organism. I pulled my surf shorts down in front of Titus, Jason, and Chase, and I proceeded to I decided to, 1 minute? No, thank you. I decided to start playing with myself, but not exactly in that form or matter. I used one hand, and I would do this to the shaft and head, and my buddies started laughing, and they started calling me Eagle Claw. Upon ejaculation, well, before that, just to prove to them that I could ejaculate at 15, I ended up ejaculating on Chase's shoe. And thereafter, when we went back to school for the rest of freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year, I was known as Eagle Claw in Maui High School. Anyways, I'm running for mayor of Maui, and I promise to put more speed bumps. Thank you for listening to my humble story.
Eagle Claw Kumshu, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it going for your mayoral candidate hopeful. If you don't vote, he might become mayor. Just so you know. If you don't voice your opinion, he could be putting more speed bumps in front of your fucking house. All right. Eddie, you want to close this out? All right. So I'm gonna walk around the room and get suggestions for comic of the night. I'm gonna find out who our audience member of the night is. And chat, go ahead and put in your votes for comic of the night. we're gonna find out which one of you is winning hot sauce too. I'm gonna give out a 4-pack of hot sauce. So, Jimbo, you're the moderator. You should have been nice to him. If you weren't nice to him, you don't get hot sauce. Ladies and gentlemen, come to the stage, close us out. Get it for Mr. Eddie B.
Yes, give it up for Chino LaForge making this platform happen. Give it up for yourselves for being out on a Monday night. I'm just trying to get applause here because my jokes aren't there yet. Give it up for Christmas in July. How's this weather, yeah? Now, this is the thing. We have Kona low tide. We've got a king tide. And if we get Callahan for mayor, we will have... Just ask him about peptides. He'll be happy to tell you all about it. And I think Callahan could make peptides for those in need. Like if you're super dumb, he'll like if you're in politics already, he'll take a bullet and give you your starter pack. I believe that. Yes. So we're digging way back, right? So I'm gonna go back to, well, first there was somebody that was talking about fucking a couch. Are they still here? Nice, dude. I thought I was the only one. This is why we have this platform. Dude, I thought I was the only one. I thought I was alone in the world. I was ashamed. Okay? I didn't fuck a couch. I fucked a bed. Okay? And you're gonna be like, huh? Oh, she was a queen. Yeah. And the top mattress had weight. She was tight. Okay? And you're gonna be like, Eddie B, how do you fuck a queen bed without getting your junk chafed? How do you do that? Well, I'll tell you. When you are a junior and you're still a virgin, you get very creative. So I got a dish glove that was, I turned it inside out. I think it was probably like olive oil or something. And wow, what an experience. And I just felt like I needed practice because I knew at some point I will probably get to have sex. So I was like, I better practice. And it was amazing. It was like my first. So anyway, we're gonna go back to 1950s, right? And LA had smog. Like all the gasoline had lead, right? It was just super thick and gnarly. And I remember being a little kid and seeing a gas mask, a person wearing a gas mask, and it said, "Welcome to LA," right? It was so funny. And so I remember all those, that whole generation, they had lead in everything. It was in paint, it was in gasoline, it was in the water, it was in the lead pipes. I mean, they were like drinking lead, okay? Everybody was. And then there wasn't this hydrogenated oils. It was all lard, like 100% lard. So you'd be walking along, right? And oh, did you hear about so-and-so? People just drop dead. Bam, they would just drop dead. And so it was just a crazy time. And so now in my life, in my generation, it's all these people that have welcome to the new, it's like peanut allergies. Peanut allergies? Get the fuck out of here. That means your parents just didn't like Carter. That's all that means. There ain't no fucking, come on. Really. And then they're talking about, gluten-free, gluten-free, like gluten allergies. Well, if you are eating gluten-free and you're charging your EV, that's a man bun. That's a man bun. If you're at Mana Foods and you're looking at the braless boobs, that's a man bun. That's a man bun. If you're on the Carnival cruise looking for that golden goose, that's a man bun. If you're on the yoga mat and your package looking fat, that's a man bun. If you twirl it a certain way, put some raisins and some glaze, that's a cinnamon bun, a cinnamon bun. You guys are amazing. Thanks for hanging out. Love you. I hope you win, Callahan. We need to shake up the system.
Eddie B, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad I got an eagle claw grip on that microphone, otherwise I would have fallen on the ground like come on shoes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you were here, you got that joke. That's the end of the comedy simulator. Get up for yourselves, you made it to the end. So you guys as well as the chat have made a mockery of the show, and I love it because there are 2 head votes for Comedian of the Night. The online says it's this chair. The cup chair is Comedian of the Night. This chair was funnier than any of us, is what the chat is saying. Thank you, chat. And the other the in-audience vote, the winner of the in-audience vote, is the interpreter from Callahan's set. You guys made sure to completely eliminate Callahan from the vote. You were like, who was the guy not last? No, like the dude that was doing the fake sign language. By the way, I know sign language fluently. He was just saying name, car, fuck, tree. I'm like, what? Like, we have some people watching that are genuinely confused thanks to that. So, because you sat on the cup chair, I'm gonna give the interpreter comic of the night. What do you guys think? Comic of the night, Hammy. Didn't even say a word. Maybe that's the motive for how you should do the rest of your life. You know, maybe you'd be more successful the less you said. Who knows? Guys, thank you for joining us for the Comedy Simulator. Oh, hold on. Audience members of the night. You're not non-story, you're performing. Torn between 2 groups, but one had a performer, so that might slow down. Did you ever win Audience Member of the Night? And you've been here all night long. Audience Member of the Night! Ladies and gentlemen, you guys were very close. It would have been you. You had a performer at the table. That's the only thing. If I can find another bottle of hot sauce, I'll give it to you guys. I got a bottle of hot sauce for you. Don't leave just yet. It's coming to you in a second. Also, Jimbo, who is the online winner of the hot sauce?
That's Henry O.P.
Henry O.P. Are you still in the chat? You better be, buddy. Look this up on Instagram. You can either message me personally. Oh, dude, he's okay. So Henry O.P. said that we are all built like a bunch of Blockbuster employees. And he said it when Craig with the blue shirt, and I was like, fuck, he got us down, bro. That was good, Henry. That was good, Henry. I gotta be mad. I can't hate it. Henry O.P., you get a free 4-pack of High Spice hot sauce, provided you live in the United States. Sorry, you live in a dictatorship. Message me on my Instagram or the Comedy Simulator Instagram, either Comedy Simulator or at Chino, Chino, BRAH, Establishment Communication. I'll send you some hot sauce. All right, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you had a good time. Give it up for the comedians you heard tonight. If you had a good time, please tell your friends. And if you didn't, shut your fucking mouth. We don't need rumors. It's a small island. We'll see you guys next week. Skyler, our engineer, will be back next week, so get ready for the full digital multimedia display. Love you guys. Mean it. Get home safe. See you next time. Thank you to Play and Make Coffee Bar for doing these shenanigans. We'll see you next week. Bye! Woo! I'll be with you guys in a second.
Dude, I'm so proud of you. What bravery you have on stage, yeah? Have you been doing this like regularly? Oh, dude, you're awesome. You're
Oh, really? Your brain
What's up,
starts
chat?
thinking of you.
You have to interview someone.
The chair. Boof. Chino, boof a bottle of hot sauce, dude. Now, I know I look like I have a huge asshole, but my butthole is actually really tiny and petite. And I couldn't do... Oh, yeah. Hey, to make you guys happy, we're going to interview the comic of the night. Chair, what is it like watching people fluff all the time? Yeah. Good show. Hey, no, it was all right. It was a fun time tonight. Thank you for joining us. There's Jimbo, our comments moderator. We love you. Love him or hate him, we gave him control.
Yes, and they loved it.
Thanks for joining us for another one. Sorry, I'm a little... So I just talked to an owner of a club on Oahu, a neighboring island. So we'll be doing one of these shows pretty soon with the new comedy scene, just to kind of give them some shine too. Thanks for the show. Thank you, Life's a Script, for tuning in. Okay, Henry. Yeah, dude. Hey, Henry, you said some stuff that was like top shelf comments, bro. If you're a comedian, you keep going. Give your hot sauce to the interpreter. Okay, if you're not a hot sauce fan, that's fine. I will. The interpreter right here, Hammy. The funny thing is I actually do know sign language, and he wasn't not speaking sign language. He was just speaking wrong sign language. Does that chair go through every Monday? Yes, this is an every Monday chair. If I'm being honest about this chair, I actually stole it from a Sleep Number store that closed down now. Funniest part, a couple days later, there was a unhoused person sleeping outside the Sleep Number, and my girlfriend was like, "What do you think his sleep number is? 0?" I'm like, "Oh God!" Us comedians ruin people. She was a good person before I met her. Henry said to give the hot sauce to interpreter. I did see that. I mean, I'll give him hot sauce anyways. Harry, if you want hot sauce, we'll send it to you. If you don't, I totally understand. Not everybody's a hot sauce person. But hey, it's a great gift for friends. Great gift for enemies. If you don't like people, give them hot sauce. Great way to say like "fuck you," but not be mad about it. They closed down, spending all their money trying to find the thief. Yeah, I don't know. This is what the room looks like at the end of the night.
The chair deserves 5 every week.
The chair, yeah, dude, yeah, we got to give this chair a type 5.
I'll like the chair.
Oh, sorry.
Waikiki in the building.
I should do the whole show next week. I would love to, but the point of the show is to highlight comedy in the best and worst light it can see. Hey, thank you, Still Ear. Appreciate you. You're always a top commenter. Allison Whalen, thanks for coming back.
Nancy, shout out
Next week, to swap the chair out with a lazy boy. Ooh, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe some leather and reclining. Put the chair on payroll. Hey, me first. I deserve money first, son, kids. Don't be paying other people before I get paid. All the audience comedians. No. We actually had, so we had about 20 comics, and I'd say about 40 to 50 audience members. So it's a decent sized room. The silence you hear is real. You guys are wild. Thank you for the show. Hey, appreciate it. McCloudification. We're just trying to come up with the comedy world. Some are more experienced than others, but it seems like comedy audiences want more amateur level comedy. You got so much really super high level comedy that we're really happy to give you the lowest level of comedy too. Put the chair on payroll. Agreed. It's the most valuable employee. This is great. We'll be back. Awesome. We do this every Monday. 7:15 on the dot, Hawaii time. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I know this was kind of like a bare bones stream. We normally have much better production value. My production engineer and producer had a corporate gig that was still on the books before we hired him. So he's got one more of those in August, and then we got him for Mondays. We won't have any more of these old school shootings. No.
Wait, what?
Yeah. No, we'll have high definition cameras next week. Full sound, so you won't be like, I can't understand anybody. You'll only be able to not understand Mr. E as usual.
Zancoma said Putin would be proud.
Hey, we're happy to make whoever the future president is. We just want to be good little piggies. No, I know it wasn't the best Life to Script. We did our best with what we had, but we're still in the growing phase. If I'm being honest, we weren't expecting our audience to grow like this quickly. So it's great to kind of see that we have to catch up with you guys. Really cool experience. It's 3:20 a.m. where you are. So if it's 9:30 or 9, so you're on the East Coast. Oh, hey, I mean, Henry, it's not too late to get that hot sauce. We can still send it to the East Coast. We ship all the way out there. Does the venue charge you guys? No. They actually they do us do give us a little bit of money that I in turn actually pay the engineer for the video feed. So in the end, I don't really make any money at all. But the video producer, makes barely enough to make it viable for him to add to his schedule, and we do the best that we can. Chino, the Rain Man of time zones. I used to tour a lot, so when I was in a different state, I'd have to consider what woman to call and what state I was in. Sometimes need help. On the East Coast too. Hey, Carl Kramer. Yeah, dude. You can kind of tell the East Coasters, yeah, Jimbo. You guys spit a little extra hot fire. I appreciate that. Oh, Midwest Ohio. Hey, he's a Middle Easterner too. I got family out in Canton. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next year we end up doing a comedy simulator in Kent, Ohio.
Hey, can't read, can't write, Kent State, baby.
Can't graduate. So hey, keep an eye on us. We might be in your backyard in the next coming years. Keep it real is the best advice for the comedians. Yeah, hey, I'll be honest with you, not everybody here is going to be a lifetime comic. Most are just going to be hobbyists. I'm the only one who's been doing it over a decade. I've been in comedy for 18 years now. And, I'm just happy to really show the craft to anybody who's interested and get into it. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. Sometimes the least intelligent people have some of the funniest comedy just because they're unknowingly hilarious. Right on, Carl Kramer. Appreciate it. Kramer? It's only one M, so I don't know. Thank you. Appreciate you, Nancy. Yeah, no, that is why I am the elder statesman. That's why I host. That's why I try to do the punch-ups in between and keep it funny. Nah, Carl, you aight, Carl. We like you, man. That was some good commenting. You're dropping some hammers. Yeah, Henry, Carl, the cloudification, y'all dope. You hear that dap? Power dap.
This guy.
Look at that. Beefcake. Beefcake.
Okay, we're gonna get banned. We're gonna get banned. Calm down. Calm down.
And just think, he only ate 3 babies today. That's wonderful. Only had to destroy the lives of 3 children.
Jamie takes peptides only because he's like working out with high schoolers. They call a lot of pep in their stuff.
Everybody be shooting shit in their ass to get buff now. He's fasting, yeah.
Oh my God, the chat said that guy has to be gay.
Oh, he's fasting, yeah. He's shooting creatine into his asshole real fast.
It's not my roommate Zan's coma, it's my landlord. Get it right,
they're
bitch.
Roommates. Remember when your dad's friend who had that other guy roommate, but they only had one room? And you're like, do you share a room? What is that?
Landlord.
You're like 90s gay. I love that. You look like a diehard bad guy. Is what
guy doesn't get enough credit. He's the man. He's the man.
Like a diehard bad guy. That's pretty good.
I get 0 pussy.
It's true. I've seen it. I've seen the 0. It's like negative pussy, and by that I mean it goes inward. That's right. Well, we're gonna wrap up the show, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. But do you have to be a drug addict to be on stage? Okay, Robin. Well, I will go ahead and help you out here. Every comedian that you see, have heard, have ever seen perform has been hindered in some way. This is just the truth. If we were normal, if we were complete people, we wouldn't want to do comedy. We wouldn't need your attention. We wouldn't crave you. So just be happy that everybody here is incomplete and bored and that we need something to stimulate us. Otherwise, you'd have no entertainment. Next week's topic, that is a very good question. I'm thinking about doing crowd work mic or possibly heckle mic. Maybe get a little big dangerous next week, but I think I'll do crowd work next week. Thank you, Chino. Thank you, Henry. Appreciate you. Hey, have a great night. Thanks for tuning in this late. Appreciate you guys. We crave you too. Hey, Kaden, appreciate you. The pale one. I'm under the deep lights. Love you guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us. Shoots. Aloha. All right.
Hey, man.